You can find them at _what_the_pop_ again on Instagram. But look, you guys already know that. Emma and Steele, thank you so much for doing this. We really, really appreciate you joining us.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. This is gonna be a whole lot of fun.
for sure. Thank you for inviting us. Seriously.
I've been looking forward to this all week. Let me just get the nitty gritty just real quick. Give me the high level, kind of like how you guys like know each other and just kind of and how you guys started collecting. Can you kind of put all that into one story, maybe?
Yeah, so we've known each other since middle school, like
Middle school, sixth grade.
And we reconnected through Snapchat and then of course started dating and then
She was collecting pops for a while before I was. I only had maybe like one pop. I had two pops in my collection. It was the Spider-Man Far From Home, when he's on the tower, and then I also had Infinity War Thanos, and she had a lot of pops.
Yeah, I had a ton. I started collecting back in middle school, so around the time we met. And I was out of box, strictly out of box.
And I only had my two were in box, of course. And pretty much also like I met her and her birthday was coming up. And I was like, oh, what kind of pops do you like? She was like, oh, I really want an Iron Man pop.
Yeah.
So I got an Iron Man pop for her birthday. And then it just kind of linked from there.
Yeah.
And then we started Instagram, decided to say what the pop one day jokingly, and then it just took off from there.
Yeah, really weird, but
So how did the channel start? Because I mean, you obviously went from collecting to the channel, and not what some other people do, where they're maybe on their like Franchise Kicks. I think had a channel about shoes for a long time, and then ended up gravitating. So how did the channel kind of pop off? And that was no pun intended. I apologize for even saying that. I'm so sorry. How did it seems like a really old dad joke to you guys. I apologize. Good. That's not what I meant. How did the channel get going?
So yeah, we were actually watching a bunch of channels. The two that come to mind are Bearded Pop and Top Pops, the bigger ones. And we saw Bearded Pop and Carrie just doing it together, and we were like, hey, we could do that.
We could do that.
They're
pretty
doing
much.
It, we could do it. And then we posted our first video, I think June last year.
Yep.
Steele, I'll ask you this. Was there a pandemic part of that, meaning motivation to do that? Like, I know my son and I started doing it in February of last year because I knew it was coming. So I was like, well, hey, we're going to have something to do. And I'm not one to kind of half-ass anything. I'm either going to go professional or go as best as I know how to do, or I'm not going to do it at all. So there's a whole lot more to that story. But the bottom line is I knew it was coming, and this was going to be this big dead space. Of course, admittedly, I didn't know it would be this long.
Exactly.
But I thought it'd be a few months, and I was like, what are we going to do at home for a few months? So this kind of the channel kind of launched from there. So was there a pandemic issue of like, hey, it's June, we're in the middle of this thing, who knows how we're going to get out? It's just a time waster. I mean, how did that go?
Pretty much, it came to like what I was thinking is I was seeing everybody else showing off their pops and showing off to the community, becoming friends like that, and I was almost like feeling like almost jealous a little bit, and I was like, I want to join this too. I want to show off everything we got and all that. And I would tell them all the time, like, oh, we'll start a YouTube channel one day. We started off on Instagram first, just taking pictures. And the first con we ever did was ECCC 2020. And we actually have no footage of that whatsoever because we were all on Instagram by that time. And pretty much once the Target Con came, that's when we wanted to start like doing YouTube. And then we did our first Kid Flash Chase Roulette. And then the first video ever we had was the Black Widow collector core box.
And definitely the pandemic helped.
Yeah, most definitely.
Getting us going.
Yeah, getting us going. Because like there wasn't much around, at the time I was delivering pizza and we would just come over, hang out. I would spend most of my pizza money on pops. So I would be like, yo, might as well show it to people as well.
So I have another question to follow up, but now you've asked me, you talk about the pizza thing. Is that why you use Michelangelo in your logo?
Oh,
the pizza. And if it's not, I suggest now that is part of the story.
That is so true. That is so true, honestly. That could be true. I mean, Michelangelo is my favorite because of him. He's funny and his pizza addiction, seriously. So
what has the Funko community meant to you and kind of how you collect and just almost like your outlook on everything? I mean, because I know for me, the Funko community really embraced us from the beginning. I mean, 83 Pop Docs sent us a mystery box of their own that they created within I think it was like a month of our channel, and they didn't have to do that. And then next thing you know, people are doing things like that. Grown Kids TV sent us a pop that I would like because it was sports related. So, and you know, we had heard of these channels. Obviously, we watched a couple of them, but the embracing of the community was so important. So, how did you guys get wrapped up in that?
Yeah, so definitely starting on Instagram, we got to, see the other YouTubers or other like Instagram accounts and just like a feel for the community. And honestly, it was awesome. We made a ton of friends.
Yep.
Definitely the first two I'm pretty sure would be Will Be Poppin' and Sensei Serum.
Yes. And then somebody who doesn't have YouTube, but we do stay in contact with through Instagram. We met through Instagram days is somebody named Gibrams, and they live near the Funko Hollywood store, and I play games with him all the time and everything now. We're good friends.
Yeah, so. And he goes to the store and sometimes picks up some exclusives and say, hey, do you guys want this? And we're like, oh my God, yes. Like we have that connection. It's just really, the community is fantastic.
Exactly.
Like I've been in like a couple communities from when I was younger, like the Pokemon community. And I don't know, this one's just better, in my opinion.
The channel, you guys have really grown that over time in such a short amount of time too. What's your formula for doing that? What have you tried to do that's maybe failed, and what have you tried to do that's made it, like, again, really successful?
That's tricky. I mean, I feel like I don't know, because we kind of just wing it in a way. We're kind of just like, let's do this.
I tend to just like, we'll buy what we like, and then we'll think of like an idea in a way, so that's all DC stuff. We can show off that for a DC video, like a DC haul. And then sometimes where we'll just, it'll be like a time in the month we'll go and we'll go literally an hour, 2 hours out to a different mall, and we'll just ball out and have a good time, get some food there and stuff like that. We've tried recording. That's one thing I could say we failed.
That's one
thing
we've
tried doing a shopping hunt.
Like toy hunts, how people like film it. We definitely... That's one thing we really want to do, that we want to incorporate and show, because we have our hunts are fantastic. Mm-hmm. They're always great, and we get to show no one. Like,
well, our pop hunting videos, we've only done 2 of them. We did one for Target Con because it was just, I was like, I woke up that day and was like, let's just try it,
Yeah, exactly.
And I think I even said it in the intro. I think I even said,
yes, you did.
If we publish it, it's worth your time. If it's not, it'll go in the trash. So, and then we did one with Wes's new store, Popping Off Toys too. We wanted to be there for the grand opening, and I just happened to ask him. I was picking up a pop at the store about a week before. I was picking up a pre-order, my Harlem Globetrotter pop, I think. And and I just said, hey man, just on a total whim, if McGilly and I are going to be here for your grand opening, do you mind if we shoot video around and kind of do a pop? He's like, no, it'd be great, man, it'd be really great. So we got his blessing to do it. So I knew going in that we were going to do this thing and really highlight his story. Yeah, I mean, because we've done other 2. We actually have we have more video of like the recent mall, the mall I was just talking about off air actually, where we did go to like Box Lunch, Hot Topic, FYE, GameStop. We hit up all these in the mall, but the video is so sporadic because I didn't know if we were allowed to shoot in there or not. Right? One, be caught, and I also didn't want to, like just be all like blasé about it either. So it's a little tough. I highly recommend you do it, but it's just, it can be a little tricky sometimes.
It most definitely. I do actually remember when we were trying to do it, we went to a GameStop, and there was a very, very loud family, and the babies weren't acting all nice right now. So they were screaming, and I was trying to talk a little bit, but then you could hear, I watched the video after, all you could hear was the screaming, and I was like,
and we're like, all right, can't use that.
That's the other factor, actually, when you go to those things. That's just what you said. There's people are around you. So McGillney really wanted he talked off camera. He talked about this. He broke down this, like, to me, this, I don't remember what pop it was, but it was whatever, some anime pop. He's like, oh, this is really great because of this. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna film you. Say that again. But I couldn't get the angle without like 15 people in the way, or shooting behind. And then they're gonna be like, what is he doing? And then it looks weird. And then, it's super awkward is what I'm saying. So
yes, gotta break out of that comfort zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it helps. It's really cool experience. So if you can do it and pull it off, it's really great.
Oh yeah,
so I highly recommend it. Emma, what do you collect? What lines do you collect?
Both of us actually, we collect a bunch of the same things. Definitely Marvel, DC. Well, me is Pokemon, The Office, Star Wars. I'm just trying to think what's at my house.
SpongeBob.
And random like other like I have the Tasty Peach line. Do you know that line? It's like the cutesy ones.
They're cute.
Yeah. Sonic.
A lot of sodas. Like we're just big into the sodas lately. All sodas that aren't really like categorized towards me. So like she has a lot of Hanna-Barbera sodas. A lot of the Ad Icon sodas, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you. Yeah, what's at your house?
So I have
Steele. So what is your collection? What do you try to
narrow down to
or whatever?
So I have pretty much I love the Venomized set. I love the zombie set for Marvel mostly.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles heavily. Also My Hero Academia. Transformers especially recently. And then DC as well, but I tend to lean towards more Batman. I'm more of a Batman fan.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
I've collected a lot of them.
And then we just have some
Rick and Morty as well. Rick and Morty. I'm super excited for the season 5 and new pops coming out too. I'll be picking those up. And then recently, I've actually been getting more into the Rocks line, picking up some rappers and rock stars that I really do like. And also, I am a huge Steelers fan, so I collect everything Steelers. So I have the Steelers Pops, most of them. And also recently, definitely the college mascots have grabbed my attention heavily.
Yeah.
You are a man after my own heart with mascots, my friend.
Yes,
I am a huge mascots guy, and I get made fun of, but I don't care. I own it.
No,
I love mascots.
I love
them.
Obsessed. They're super cute, and they're for each team in college. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will make air or not, like if we'll make the final cut, but I will say that my wife, that was before McGillney, so 10 years ago, 11 years ago, for my birthday, found a website with every mascot in, I think it was the United States. I don't think it was North America. I think it was the United States. Every like high school, junior high, like athletic team, high school, junior high, college, obviously, all the different divisions, pro, everything, and then bound it in like a book. It's this massive, huge book, and it's just all that. So you look it up, and you're like, "Oh, University of Maine, Black Bears," and then you keep. I mean, it's just crazy, huge, and awesome.
That's awesome.
I nerded out for quite a few weeks.
Of mascots.
That's exactly what. That's right. That's exactly what it's supposed to be.
That is awesome.
Because I think I said one day, I was like, "Why is there no like book of mascots? Like, who's got the craziest?" Because Delta State down in Mississippi, they're the Fighting Okra. And so that's always been the running joke, is like, this is the most ridiculous mascot. It's a fighting vegetable. But then there's others that kind of come into play. And like now, of course, like there's a minor league baseball team called the Trash Pandas. And there's all kinds of like random kind of cool stuff now. But back in the day, it was just tigers and eagles and just stupid crap,
Exactly.
And so, when you find the Fighting Okra, you get a little excited because it's just funny.
It's the highlight.
But it's not a show about mascots, although I could definitely talk to you about mascots all day. I do have to ask, before I ask my last question, you have a hockey player picture behind you.
Yes.
What is the story there? As a hockey guy, I need to know the story there.
Okay, so that is Bobby Orr, and my father was actually, back in the day, very good friends with him and used to go to the Celtics games with him. And he has a bunch of memorabilia of Bobby Orr that signed cards. That's one of the pictures. He's got a few pucks as well. And that's pretty much the story. He was really, really close friends with him back then. And I have that picture from him. And Bobby Orr is definitely like, in a way, like my favorite hockey player for sure, because of that aspect. You know what I mean? So yeah, most definitely.
He was also a tremendous hockey player, without that connection.
Amazing,
sure.
Exactly.
And when when they make that pop, I'm all over it too. I can't.
Most definitely.
Hey, if they did a sports moments line, him flying through the air, winning the cup. Actually,
it would be.
I mean,
hands down.
Wow.
That's. Yeah, I actually. Oh, it's not that one. Oh, sorry. I actually have another one.
He's getting a little excited, Emma. Sorry about that.
Yeah, true. I know.
Oh, no.
I do get excited. But I do have one of him flying through the air as well. That one's at my father's house, though.
Oh, yeah, that would be. Yeah, now I'm thinking about it. You could do Babe's called shot. You could do anyway. Sorry.
Exactly.
Okay, so last question before I let you go. You guys just did your first mystery box line. How did that go? What went into that? Did you really want to do it? Was it more of a, we got all this stuff, we need to move? I mean, what went to the motivation of doing that, and how did it go for you?
You want me to go? All right. Pretty much we were definitely pretty much the most important thing was we won the ECCC lottery, and we were stoked. We were absolutely stoked. There wasn't a lot we wanted from ECCC, but there was still like a decent amount. And we were like, oh, if we won the lottery, we also pretty much we've seen a lot of people do mystery boxes, and not that we wanted to hop on that idea, but we kind of wanted to as well. And also put it towards getting a new camera for ourselves, because the camera we have now is actually taking like AA batteries, and I go through crazy dollars through AA batteries.
It's not worth it.
So I definitely wanted to change that aspect. And another aspect that really, really like capped off that we were going to do a mystery box was the factor of going to Newberry Comics that had the exclusive Matthew Patel soda, and we opened 2 of the Matthew Patel chase, and I was like, now we have like something that people would love to grab and try to go for this mystery box.
He's like almost $400.
Yeah, he's and I know there's a lot of Scott Pilgrim fans out there too, so that was the way for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I said my last question. Let me rephrase that. This is my last question for sure. Where do you guys want your channel to go? What I mean by that is, would you rather it be, I don't know, 1,500 followers and you kind of know everybody, like it's a real tight network, or are you guys more we just want to get as big as absolutely possible? Where do you guys lay on that?
Pretty much. So in the beginning, it was definitely showing off everything that we like, and we moved it to slightly because I've been recently just being super pleasant lately and giving away a lot. I said, you know what? I should at least try to have a little bit of more support in order to help me give away more, because I'm that guy where I'll give you my whole back and have nothing left. And I don't mind whatsoever.
I know you don't.
Emma knows for sure that I do not mind. And that's pretty much the big motive for it, is pretty much I want to give as much as I can possibly to give everyone else a great time. I've gone through some rough situations. I want to give people great situations. You see what I mean? Great positive vibes. So that's what I would say for me. It's also a factor of like, it makes me feel amazing. Like definitely.
Oh yeah, doing this is like the best.
When somebody opens up a pop that they won from a giveaway and they're like, "Thank you so much, what the pop?" I'm like,
yeah, and seeing it like
thank you so much is what I'm really saying.
They show us and they're like, "Thank you," and we're like, "Oh my god."
They're saying thank you, but in all reality, it's a thank you like from me.
Yeah.
So
me too. Then.
Could not agree more.
Exactly.
Emma, Steele, thank you guys so much for doing that. Again, you can follow them at _what_the_pop_again on Instagram. Thank you guys for doing this. We really appreciate all your time. You guys are awesome. We love watching your channel, and obviously we'll talk to you down the road.
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure.
Thank you for having us.